Our next speaker is Donna Holt. Donna Holt is the Executive Director of the Virginia chapter of Campaign for Liberty, which has as its mission to promote and defend the great American principles of individual liberty, constitutional government, sound money, and free markets. She also led the Virginia campaign for Ron Paul for president in 2008. Donna?
Good afternoon, freedom lovers. I want to thank you all for being here. Are you prepared to fight for liberty? Well, you know, the framers believed that private property was as sacred as life and liberty. The inalienable right to own and control the use of your own land is the single most important principle responsible for growth and prosperity in America. But Washington bureaucrats and global environmentalists are writing the policy to control where and how you live. Sustainable communities, smart growth, green energy, water conservation, green building, land preservation, environmental protection, incentives and distance at the local level. The EPA wants you to believe that the only way to protect the environment is to eliminate human existence from 80% of the American landscape and herd us into government-controlled, government-subsidized, mixed-use, feudalistic transit villages. Does that sound like the America you grew up in? Well, Article 1, Section 10 of the U.S. Constitution makes it clear that states are prohibited from implementing foreign political initiatives through its prohibition to states to engage in treaties, alliances, and confederations. HB 3202, passed in 2007, mandating urban development areas, commonly called smart growth, is the excuse used by local planning firms and commissions to sneak their socialist plan into new comprehensive plans for every county and city across the Commonwealth. Among all their abusive regulations are global energy efficiency standards that will ration energy use. If fully implemented, it will increase the cost of housing, energy, water, building, property taxes, and it will cost more jobs. Studies in California, who implemented sustainable community policies more than 2 decades ago, showed that for every green job, there are 2.2 jobs lost, and only 1 in 10 become permanent. Well, Delegate Bob Marshall has introduced HB 1721 to lift the UDA mandate and HB 1397 that would prohibit those international energy efficiency standards. Congress recently passed a food safety bill that would make it illegal for you to grow your own food. These new regulations put on farmers will drive most of them out of business, force many to take conservation easement relief, which is sold as a way to save the land, but in truth is just another land grab scheme. The federal government seems to be of the notion that they can control every aspect of our lives. This is America. This is not Soviet Russia. Delegate Mark Cole answered our call with HB 1438, the Interstate Commerce Act, that would prohibit Congress' use of Commerce Clause to regulate goods produced or manufactured and kept inside the Commonwealth as long as they're labeled product of Virginia. You know, the right to own private property and conduct business unfettered by federal regulation is the only way to bring jobs and prosperity to Virginia. Remember, folks, it's we the people that set the course for this nation, not the United Nations, not a rogue Congress, and certainly not Al Gore or the EPA. One thing for certain, we will send a message to Washington that this Virginia 10th Amendment revolution is alive and well, and we won't rest until we take back our communities, our state, our country, and our lives. Thank you, and God bless you.